Hello, everyone. I know I mentioned a celebration, so let's get to it. It does have quite the backstory to it. It's kind of been a year in the making, so I thought I'd share that. And then my big surprise. So, on June the 1st of last year, I was helping a neighbor and I stepped down a step. And I heard in the back of my head, like, you should turn on the light and check. And I just decided, I'm like, oh, it's just a step. Well, there was a can there, and it went the other direction, and I ended up snapping the end of my tibia off. So that little triangle part down there, it just came right off. So if you have issues with pictures of bones, just maybe look away for about 10 seconds, because they turned my ankle from this into this, and I ended up being non-weight bearing for 3 months, which did give me a lot of time to rest and kind of work on the spiritual side of things. And I think that was a big starting point. I'm pretty sure that I was broken for a reason because a lot of things in my life ended up happening after that. There was relationships I mended and things that were more serious than I thought at first started kind of picking up, and it's been kind of a whirlwind of a year, even with them convincing me that I should start doing fortunes in October of last year. And I'm so grateful for that. I got to meet all of y'all. And so it's been just a kind of a period of growth and development and re-embracing my roots and learning more about who I am, who my ancestors were, and bringing up things that were kind of hard for me and things that I feared. And I've grown so much over this last year that it's hard for me to really look back at who I was and understand that in the full aspect of who I am now. And it wouldn't have happened if I hadn't broke my ankle. And so it's been a bit of a recovery though. I still have pain with every step, but I still make it work. And it's just been not only about the physical healing of my body, but also about my spiritual self and my mental health and healing different aspects of my life that I wasn't really prepared for. And everything has kind of seemed to come together around this anniversary. And even though I lost Miss Maya in November, that was a big blow to me. I know I didn't have too much of a chance to talk about her on the channel, but she wouldn't even come back to get her hair cut if she thought I cut it too short on one side. So I don't want to show her in her last 6 months of life because I don't think that would be fair to her. She's a very cute little girl, and she's definitely was my familiar. And it's been hard kind of bridging that gap on my own and growing with the channel and growing with my work expectations, all the while trying to get back and be recovered and do a lot of things, even in a significant amount of pain. The 1 year mark also is the point where I need to go see the doctor and see if I'm going to get the hardware removed, but I'm probably going to have to go in for surgery for that eventually and get the hardware taken out. But I'm not going to give them another summer because I didn't get to do anything last summer and I totally need to go outside in the woods and stuff. So maybe later on in the year I'll get that done so it's not a constant source of hardship for me. But in the meantime, there's just been so much growth and so much potential in areas that I've wanted to explore for a while that I've not only had the time to explore, but also the motivation to take it even one step further. The last couple months have kind of been the exception where things have switched and things have been a lot harder for me to handle on my own. But that's okay because I kind of also needed that period of like fallow and burnout to kind of step into the next cycle of my life. And so I think one of the things that's changed within the last few months that I haven't had a lot of time to talk about is somebody that I never realized I was working with. Um, about 10 years, a decade or more or so ago, I rescued a baby crow. I really didn't think anything of it because that's something that we would do in my family. I raised her up, actually. I'm pretty sure as a girl. I named her Edgar, and I fed her with a syringe and with some moist cat food and oats and took really good care of her. And within 3 months or so, she could actually fly. This crow, when I found her, was at my school. I was going to take a college test, and she was in the one spot I pulled in front of, just right there between the trees, and somebody had offered her a few Cheez-Its, but she obviously couldn't eat that. And she had fallen from her nest, and it wasn't a safe place for her. If I had left her there, she would have possibly been run over. And so I helped her learn how to fly and everything. And because of that relationship that I developed with her and reintroducing her to the crow family that lived around my house right there, which they accepted her, and she became kind of a matriarch on her own. I ended up with some crow friends. I just call them my crow friends. But I love being a little murder matriarch, and I waved to them, I talked to them. I'm the crazy crow lady. That's just who I am. And usually when I go out places, they follow me. And so here's a video of when I went out to Saltwater State Park the last month and them being so happy that I could finally go out in the woods again and spend a little bit of time with them. So, yeah, it's kind of, a little bit of Alfred Hitchcocky, but that's alright. And I've been feeling a weird pull, and a lot of it has come down to the Morgan. And I realized that because whenever her name would be mentioned, it just kind of like, give me the little shockwaves in my head. And so I realized that I've been working for her for a while, not just through my little crow family, but also in taking the time to acknowledge other wildlife and taking the time to just kind of be a good person too. But she's also a trickster goddess, so I know being a good person isn't really her thing, but in the way of raising my crows and understanding them and just being involved in the natural world and being accepting in all life forms, that's just the kind of love you start fostering within yourself. And she's really come out to make herself known to me because I know she wants me to deal with a lot of my fears. And that's okay. Like, I've been kind of working through that the last couple months and have things that have been, pushed under the rug that have been beginning to surface, and dealing with the burnout and that has been kind of a struggle and has left me even more burned out. But I don't think that I would be embracing it in the same way. And I know she wanted me to come forth at this anniversary because they teamed up on me, and that's my little surprise. So, let me introduce Miss Willow. Little Miss Willow. So, she's about 16 weeks old and super tired right now because she's been playing with her big sister all day. And River's been so amazing with her, so good and so nice and sweet, even though she's literally 10 times her size. And I know it's my little Maya coming back. Like, there's no way it's She understands what I say for the most part. She's got the same sassy sense of little pup humor. And I just feel a lot more at ease and I can sleep a lot better and things that were kind of hard for quite a few months. And and that's been my gift for working so hard and doing so much just to help not only for this year, but also for the last decade too. And I'm so happy and grateful for them because I miss Maya so much. And having this new little girl, having this little Willow in my life has been a positive change for everyone. Like, even River needed somebody to play with. So, that's the surprise. Ugh. Yes, it's gonna get cozy now. So that's what the ladies have been working on for me, is bringing her back, bringing my little familiar back, and getting me ready for the next cycle. Doesn't mean it's gonna be easy. It'll probably actually be a lot harder because they know what I need. But I'm really happy that my efforts have paid off and everything is really coming around. Everyone is happy and for the most part healthy, but that's not my story to tell. And it's been a really big journey the last couple months, dealing with emotions I had put aside, things that I had feared, and then getting Willow too, ironically on June the 1st. So I got her the same day I broke my ankle, and I found out about her the day before my birthday, and it was just kind of meant to be. And I can't wait to show you guys more, have more fun with little Miss Willow and all of us. So I'm looking forward to doing more witchy things, not just talking about myself all the time, but we'll get there. I really wanted to fill you in, share my little surprise, and then get going on what we can do in the future, because things are changing, the tides are turning, the sun is out if you live in the northern hemisphere, and it's really good just to know that we're part of nature. We're part of the cycle and we're part of everything that keeps things together. And so if Maya hadn't passed away, then she couldn't be body swapped into Willow in this exact time and exactly when I need her. So hopefully we'll get another 17 years and Miss River will have someone to play with and everything will work out. I know there's a lot going on in the world right now, but just take that little bit of hope, that little bit of understanding that things are changing and that things do have to die back even when you don't think you can live without them for the other things to grow. And it's so hard in this climate, in the world today, to embrace that hope and see that light, that shining, but it's there. Even in a couple of the darkest goddesses, they're like, hey, I see your efforts, and it will be repaid. Be who you are, stand strong, love strong, accept the help they offer, even if you know it's gonna hurt and it's gonna be hard. Because if we don't grow together, then we don't really grow at all. And if we're not growing, then what are we here for? So just figure the cycle is ended, sprout yourself out a bit, and embrace the gifts that have been given to you. Because who knows? Maybe you'll have a little special gift that you didn't even expect, and something that'll lighten your heart from years to come. And I can't wait to share videos of them playing. Oh my god, it's so adorable watching them play. But River's such a good big sister. We share all of the toys, even the tiniest of squeaky toys. So, you may hear more puppy paws in the background. but uh, that's my life. And I'm glad you guys are part of it. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking with me. Even though I've had a lot of growing and I had to go through a fallow season, I am really looking forward to the next cycle and looking forward to things in my personal life slowing down enough so I can be here with you. So, we're gonna do this together, even if sometimes we can't be together. And it'll be okay. It'll be okay. See y'all later.